Hey, welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. Um, hey, I'm going to go through this chart with you and explain the Heiken Ashi, which are the Japanese candles, and explain my reverse engulfing method that I've been using for years. Uh, I think you'll find it very interesting. But first, I want to say a little bit about the Chinese regulating and restricting and charging so much for shorting stocks in their market that even the hedge funds guys can't afford to do it. And they're doing that to prop the market up. But but the real thing is the economy is so bad. When the economy is so bad that you have to restrict so people can't short stocks in your stock market, it tells me that the economy isn't good, and we're in a world economy. I mean, yesterday our markets crashed a whole bunch, and they recovered some today, but I think we're in some tough times here, and I don't know that they're going to cut rates in time to save us from all the pain. We've already got pain with the inflation, but yeah, it's just a major warning, in my opinion, of what's to come, and that's one of the reasons why, as much as I love Tesla, I'm bearish on it, and I keep forgetting, but Mum's News is the one that called me and uh, put me onto what was going on in China, and in regard to the regulations against shorting and charging exorbitant fees to short, and I forgot to give them credit. So Mum's News is the one, and then I researched it and found out a little more about it. But okay. Uh, oh, by the way, Tesla is currently at about 195, so they're down about $5 in after hours, uh, and it's closed now. Unless I could look at the other one and see where they're running with it, and I'll check that later tonight. But to get a handle on where this thing is going, I anticipate it to open around 198. I think they're just going to run down and grab some cheap shares, kind of what I'm thinking. And I anticipate them, you know, uh, if they get up around 201 tomorrow, 203 tops, I think they're gonna, if they can even get up there. I think we're headed down here. But okay, so let's look at Heiken Ashi candles. Now, Heiken Ashi candle is different than your standard candles, and how they're different is each candle takes into consideration several candles in front of it. And so what it does is it smooths out your candles, okay? But and it's the same in any time frame. I'm currently here on the 4 hour time frame, just so I can give you enough big enough screen. Aren't my candles pretty? They sure are. I like pretty candles, and you can change your settings in Thinkorswim and make your candles pretty too. It's not complicated. Um, okay, so you see this big green candle right here back in time, and then the body of the next one. Forget about the wicks when you're doing Heiken Ashi. Wicks are important as far as when this thing's got a big wick, you can figure it's going to come down. But as far as the reverse engulfing part of it, you just forget about the wick. Okay, so the body of this one is engulfed into that one, And the body of this one is also engulfed into that one. Now, and then the next candle is an indecision red candle, and that is a sell signal all day long. Okay, and so now you're off and running. And now, would I get out on this green indecision candle? No, would I get out on this mess right here? No, because they're all still engulfed into this candle. Okay, we haven't gone above that spot right there. Okay, you're in the game right now at 259.52. And none of these candles go above that, so you're currently short. Now, another thing that's very important here is you're up at the top of the. I'm struggling to think of the right word. Down here is the bottom of the range. It's the range, okay? Up here is the top of the range, okay? And let me make it smaller just for a little bit to so 150 something is right where I got my line here, okay? This is the top of the range. Down here is the bottom of the range. When you're using Heiken Ashi, you don't want to necessarily buy up here, even if you get a signal to buy, unless you're going to know that you need to get out quickly. Okay, you wanna sell and go short up at the top of the range, and you wanna buy at the bottom of the range. Okay, so I mean, you'd think it would be obvious, but I'll show you some scenarios where it could just be a nightmare for you. Okay, so jump forward here. All right, so here we have a big green candle, and then we have the indecision red candle, which could be red or green. It didn't know what it wanted to do. So on this candle here, I would go short, being it's red, okay? And down you go, and now down here, now we have an up, but we're down in the 214 range, so we've dropped 45 bucks, 50 bucks, whatever. So here you have the big red candle. The body of this indecision candle is engulfed into it. The next candle is green. As soon as you know that that candle is going to be green, and the rule of thumb for knowing if a candle is going to be green or red is, for instance, if you're on a 4 hour chart like this one is, you would want to be into the candle for 3 hours. If it's green after 3 hours, you're going to have a green candle. So that's going to get you in about the middle of this candle, okay? And so then you're long at that point, and you have no good reason to get out with this garbage here because this one is not into that one, okay? It's just a hair above it, and so you're still in it. You're on your way up, and here's where you get out. You get out on this red candle here, because this green candle, the one next to it's green, is engulfed into the previous candle. You got red, and you're headed down, and so you're in and you get another sell signal here. You get a buy signal here, red into green. So it looks like you're jumping in, but you're at you probably got in that thing at 232, and when you get out, you're making about $8-10. Okay, then you're back in, and you're going to make $8-10 going back up. And that's pretty standard on a 4-hour chart. So then you get the sell signal here. You got the big green candle, followed by the smaller green candle engulfed into it, just the body of it, not the wicks. Then you got the red candle. You're going to jump all over this bus going short with this red candle. You'll know. So you're in this thing here. So you're going to get a good fill on that one. You're going to be in at about $230, and you take the ride down. It'd be hard not to sell this thing down. It went all the way to 182. So you got to do what you're going to do. But realistically, if you waited till you got back up here, you're still at 197. So you made $35 going down. That's a nice move. Okay. And then you would buy here because this is a buy signal. This candle here, the body of it's engulfed into the previous candle. The next one is green. You're going to get into it in about the middle of the candle, which is 196 area. And you're going to ride it up and get out on this red candle around 203, 202, whatever, somewhere in there. And it went all the way up to 207, but that was pre-market. So realistically, you're gonna make $5 on it, but you're gonna make $5. You're not gonna lose $5. And currently, we have a sell signal. We have the big green candle. We have indecision. Now, if this was a regular size candle in red, I wouldn't count it. But being it's indecision and the next candle's red, the next one is red, you absolutely have a sell signal now in the 4-hour. And that's just the way it is. So, but remember, very important, you want to be going along towards the bottom of the trend, or you're going to get massacred. And the other problem you got is the trend is down. And I'll tell you what, it's tough to make money when the market is trending down. Okay, it just is, because if you're buying long only, you can do it, but you gotta be ready to get out. Take a profit. I mean, I went long for a little while today, and I got out way early just because I don't feel comfortable right now. And besides, I was goofing around up here buying long, and the trend is down in the 170 range, 180. I'm not sure that I will buy right now at 190 even, because we bounced off this 203, 205 area too much already. If we get rejected at 203 tomorrow again, and I think we're going to, I wouldn't touch long for a while. When you're down here, I'll try it again at 180 going long, okay, area, and um, it's reactive. You get a feel for it, but you want to. Uh, no, we get a bounce up to this 220 area. Everybody's screaming they're going up to the moon. I'll start shorting. I'll short all the way up to 265, and if I get, and be happy to do it. But uh, and I'm not going to do anything crazy, because I'll be watching my candles and uh, like I say, every time frame is here's the 5 minute time frame. See, the candles are the same; they're absolutely beautiful. Here you have a buy signal. At the end of the day, uh, smaller time frames you're going to make just a small amount. By the time you got into that thing there, you were at 200, and by the time you got out, you made a buck. Yeah, you're not. But if you got in after hours uh, and shorted like Grandpa did, then all right, you got the big green candle followed by ones that are engulfed into it. The more that are engulfed into that one, it makes it stronger. And look what this crazy thing did. It went all the way down to, well, right now it's at 195. So say you sold out just before the close. You picked up $4 on a 5 minute candle. That's pretty nice. Um, Now here I want to show you this. That this is not a buy signal. Okay, this is I because it's this should be red and then followed by green. This is not an indecision candle. You gotta know this stuff. This here is not even a decent buy signal because the red candle is not engulfed into that one. This green candle is engulfed into it, but it's not an indecision candle. So I wouldn't even trade this garbage. All it's indicating is you're moving sideways. You're moving sideways. Anyway, you're still in your sell signal from up here. And that's hard to do when it's a crazy thing. In the bigger time frames, it can retrace on you $20 or $30 sometimes with a wick on a candle. So you got to really be calm and relaxed. I went out and mowed lawn for a little bit tonight again. Man, that lawnmower I tripped one time, and I say that lawnmower drugged me for probably 20, 25 feet before it ran into a tree. But I hung on for dear life. I was hollering, "Grandma, help me, Grandma." Grandma was, well, I got a big life insurance policy, so I think she was headed to town to see what she could do, but she would eventually come and help me. I'm pretty sure about that. But anyway, I pulled out of it, and yeah, you gotta be careful because my lawnmower it's got front wheel drive. It's a push mower, but it's got front wheel drive, and it's powerful, and it goes. I mean, this thing goes 15, 20 miles an hour, and I gotta hold it back the whole time I mow. You know. It's crazy. The wheels are spinning all the time. I should take pictures of it sometime. And then when you're 97 years old, but I enjoy it. It's like wrestling. Some of you wrestler guys, you young guys, you tough and everything. Well, you got to be a fairly good shape to hang on to a lawnmower like that. It's like riding a bull. Hey, think about eternity. Grandpa does. See you tomorrow. And give this Heiken Ashi a try. You can get the setup on your charts, and just just be cautious with it. Go short at the top of the trend, go long at the bottom. Have patience, and recognize when you're moving sideways. If you can learn to recognize when you're moving sideways in a market, you will make a lot more money. That's my opinion. That's Grandpa's opinion. Oh, Grandpa's opinionated. See you later.